My name is Anthony Macharia. I am an actor. I am a director in theatre arts. I'm a script writer. I'm a film enthusiast. Hiyo ni mimi. Nilikuwa naimba kidogo kidogo hapo hivi hapa na pale, lakini kidogo nikapata akili. So nilimeja na arts na performing arts in general. Yeah.
So, how did you get started in the Kenyan film industry?
I started back in 2015, actually right after high school. There was some guy alikuwa trainer wangu high school. Yeye ndo aliniintroduce first to theater and then gradually akani transform to film industry. Nanipata nilianza kufanya set books and stuff, and then after growing my acting akani introduce to film. Exactly.
Yeah, so as an actor, what determines the projects you choose to work on?
Growth. You see, I love growth. I love growing myself. I love growing others as well. Nanipata. So choosing a project in a determine, will this particular project grow me as a person or the other person in general? Unanipata? Najua tunakuwa na projects nyingi sana huku zenye hata zisaidi. Unanipata watu wako na filamu, wako na resources and all this, but then at the end of it unaangalia how did it actually affect you artistically or something. Unanipata? So generally it's just growth. Yeah.
So to get roles, do you actually use casting agents?
No, I'm a freelancer. Yeah, but then you see, after working with a lot of people, a lot of directors, you find yourself uko connected, networking and all that. Unanipata? And people know your work, people know my work, so they will just call you up if gigs come up and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so what about a manager? Do you have a manager, or how do you manage to achieve your tasks?
A manager? No, not really, not for now. I'm working on my own. I manage myself, I believe, well enough. Yeah.
What are your rates? What are your rates for stage acting or screen acting or commercials?
Rates, interesting. For stage performances, we range from, it's just understanding. Kumnasikizana, mnataka aje, tutapiga aje kitu, unanipata. Personally, around 10,000 up for stage performances. For film, it's all about understanding and all that. Yeah.
Are you a part of a guild or an association?
No. As I said before, I like freelancing. I work alone, period. Period.
So what's your take on these unions?
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It builds confidence, especially for the upcoming artists who are not really known in the industry. Nanipata? You share ideas, come up with ideas to, help you pop out there in the industry. And then it's a good thing, but then it's not really working for me. I like working alone, figuring my own stuff. I like adventure. Exactly.
You have been in the industry for quite a while.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the Kenyan film industry?
We are not yet there. But then we are making strides. We are making strides. I can say from where I started, the film industry has grown actually considerably. Ukiangalia saizi tuko na cinema zingine moto, vitu hata siku anaifikiria tutaitengeneza vitu kama hizi, unanipata? Utapata sasa hivi umeangalia click bang, umeona kuna movie nyingine hapo hivi inaitwa katikati. Kuna movies kali saa hizi, things that hatunge achieve while back, unanipata? Only that I don't feel artists are being appreciated for their work as they should be. I'm not saying they are not appreciated at all. I'm saying as they should be. we still have some steps to take ndo tufike levels za kina Nigeria and South Africa. You understand? Yeah, we are making strides, but then not yet there, just a little bit. Yeah.
Being an actor, what is your view on this? They say like, can acting alone sustain you as a Kenyan actor, or must you have a side job, side hustle?
Well, personally, it sustains me. No, nimesema for the previous point, we are not really well appreciated in terms of inaitwa nini allowances and stuff, unanipata kidogo we are still underpaid. Unapewa a bunch of exposures, unaambiwa unalipewa na exposure, unanipata, especially for the upcoming guys, unanipata. But then it can't sustain you if you find a good production group, if you find a good project that actually knows, has a future view of the film industry exactly. It can sustain, it sustains me actually. Yeah.
How do you invest in your skills actually to become a better actor, to become a better version of you?
You see, I act every time. Every time, either on film, commercials, stage performance, especially stage performances, I am always acting. So I can tell you for sure, I'm always growing. You see, one step away from what you love a day, I could take like 2 steps back when you actually resume to the same thing. And that is something I take seriously. I am always acting, always growing. We do monologues, post them on social media, you understand?
So it's about consistency.
Exactly, consistency.
What's your take on this? An actor going to school versus relying on their own talent?
Well, about consistency again, you see, you may be talented. You may be talented. If Denzel knew he was an actor, but then never worked towards it, he just turns up for shows and films, then he will not be Denzel that we know. You understand? Someone from the academy with absolute no talent, but then is consistent with what they do. In the long run, utapata ameshinda huyu mwenye alikuwa na talanta. You realize? So it trickles down to consistency again and discipline. Yeah.
So school?
School is good. But then without consistency again, you're not going anywhere. You understand? Yeah.
Okay, so about a role, how do you prepare like for, let's say, a life-changing role? Prepare a role, big like
okay, in film, yes. First of all, I need to understand the story itself. Okay, you need to understand the story itself. What's it talking about? What's the setting? You understand? And when was it actually placed? The time frame, you understand? And then when you actually get the role, how old is this person? What's their character? How are they supposed to behave? How do they interact with others on the same film? How does his emotions change? How, you see, all these are factors that you actually need to know, though you come up with a particular character for that particular role. Yeah, that is exactly what I do normally.
To this far in your career, how has acting changed you personally or professionally?
Personally?
Yeah, how has acting changed you?
You see, acting is diverse. You know, a lot of people falling into depression. Have you realized? A lot of people, young people, fall into depression. But then somehow I found a way to tap into other people's lives through acting. You realize? For example, today I'm doing the role of a father. I get a chance to snap out of myself for like an hour or so. You realize, and then by the time I'm done with us, stress levels zimeshuka, unaona. It changes, inaku help. It's therapy somehow. You realize, it's therapy somehow. And financially many change, si ninalipo mtu wangu, unanipata. Professionally nanilipa, ni networking bana, ninapata kakitu mtu wangu. So
how important do you think networking is in the film industry?
Hey, you cannot go anywhere without networking, honestly. You cannot go anywhere. Why? Because as I said before, the film industry in Kenya is not yet there yet. All right? We have been having cases whereby someone you knew when you were still a child, ako bado hapo kwa set, mpaka saa hizi uko na mtoto mmoja. Unaona? Na kuna my youngings wako huku nje, they need to get out there, they have the talent, they have exactly what it takes to pop into the industry, that then hawapati hiyo chance. Unanipata? Why? Because they are not known, hawana hizo avenues. Unanipata? But then when you go out there, connect with these other guys, someone will recommend you somewhere. Unaona? And that is basically how it works. Because hizi shows kubwa as at now, sidhani utasikia ati auditions imefanywa, open audition imefanywa ati Zari for example, ati tunatafuta a particular character, labda extras. But if they know you, someone knows you, atakurecommend immediately. You realize? Yeah, exactly. I feel networking is very important.
What are some of the biggest challenges you faced in your acting career?
Biggest ni finance and getting roles. Actually, acha tuanze na finance juu hiyo kwanza ndio ilinifanya mbaya. When I was actually starting, I remember there was a commercial show tulikuwa tunafaa kufanya for a particular station. It was hii period ya Christmas. Hii yenye mnaendanga mnaambiwa ati unaambiwa ufanye kenye unafanyanga poa, and then at the end of it you wish people Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Kuna vitu kaa hizo zinakuaga kwa holidays. Nimetoka Rongai, babangu amenipatia tuso. Amenipeleka mpaka amenipea tuso niende mpaka town, tukamit na these guys, tukashoot the whole time. Only to realize at the end of it, mtu ananiambia, you guys, thank you for showing up. You know, it was all for exposure. Next time we will call you, we will compensate you. And then, sina fare ya kurudi mtu wangu. Unaona? Partly, I feel it was my fault. And partly, it was on the other side's fault. Unanipata? The other side's fault in that, bana umeita my youth man, wako jobless. They need to get something out of it at the end of it. Unanipata? On my side, I didn't know how it works. There's always this question that people are afraid to ask. What's in it for me? However much unataka kugrow, you see, we need to grow as financially as talent-wise. Unanipata? If we are still growing talent lakini kwa nyumba bado unaumia, you see, it's not even helping you. Imagine nimepiga from 2015, the end of 2015, babangu alikuwa ananiuliza, "Na nini unafanyanga hii Kayole?" Unanipa jisionangi unaletanga nini kwa nyumba? Unaona? Lakini it trickles down. Sikuwa najua how it works. How you meet their demands and they meet your demand. Unanipata? That is actually the biggest challenge yenye nili have to face until now.
To this, what is your advice to somebody who is willing to take on acting as a career?
Acting is good. Realize, acting is good. It is therapeutic. Unaona? It's easy. It's just taking someone's life for a particular time and then, it's easy. Simple as that. Take it. But then persistence, connection, mtu wangu. Connection, networking. Very important.